Well, today I decided to talk about procrastination because we've all been there. It's a thing that plagues the human psyche constantly, and it's kind of unescapable for anyone. At least once in every single person's life, they have to deal with procrastination. And, I'm procrastinating on making a video right now, so I decided I'd just talk about it because, nice to talk about. And also, I wanted to have an excuse to just ramble while I have a speed draw in the background. And this video is not going to be scripted because I'm going low energy again, so bear with me. But yeah, jumping right in. Procrastination. It's something that circles around every project, every heavy deadline, just anything, and, it sucks. And a thing I've noticed about procrastination is that it weighs you down. It really takes the mood. It brings the mood down, which is kind of annoying. And it does stop you from wanting to do any other projects. And as an artist, I've kind of dealt with that a lot because I have so many big projects that I am working on right now, and they have promise behind them, but then procrastination comes along and just wants to ruin the moment, which is so annoying because deep down inside, I know that I want to get the project done. It's just, for some reason, procrastination gremlin comes along and it's just like, you know what? I'm going to make you not do this for whatever reason, which is weird because you want to get it done and it feels amazing when it gets done. So why does it even happen in the first place? I think mainly because big projects are intimidating, and maybe even small projects can be intimidating. They take a lot of energy and time and thought, and sometimes, because we know how life is, it's difficult to just get it started because of how looming it feels. And sometimes using your energy on a project like that just doesn't feel right. And so we push it off and we push it off, and it just never ends up getting done. Until one day you're just deciding, okay, never mind, I guess I don't need to do this project. And that's like the saddest thing that can happen out of procrastination. That, or, I don't know, in terms of schoolwork, it could be GPAs and stuff, which also sucks quite a bit. But in terms of project procrastination with like a story that you're writing, or an animation you're working on, or a drawing you're working on, it could be something for you. Those are the tragedies, because you want to get them done and you just can't. And I think the best thing to think about with procrastination, at least in my opinion, is obviously taking the small steps to actually get the project done, even if it's just a little bit every day. But also having a structured routine. And that's something I struggle with quite a bit, is having structure and routines. And when you're an artist that just bops around and wants to do a whole bunch of different things, sometimes structure can be difficult. But here's the nice thing. When it comes to personal projects, unless you have a rigid deadline that somebody else sets for you, technically you can live by your own rules. And when you set your own schedule, you can schedule it for as many hours as you like, even if it's just for 20 minutes a day. At least in that sense, you're 20 minutes more into the project, which is a good low-energy philosophy for getting rid of procrastination, or at least getting through it when it might plague you quite a bit. Because, yes, you can hear advice from people being like, just start your project, blah, 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 just start working on it. But it doesn't always help because it's still there. Procrastination's always going to be there because the intimidation of your project is always going to be there. And another thing I think would be really helpful is maybe taking so much weight off of the project. Don't think about it like this gigantic thing with a million components that need to all be fulfilled perfectly. Think of it more in small sections. And I think when you digest those sections individually, step by step, and without too much pressure, that can really, really help to maybe reduce the size and intimidation of the project, which is probably what I need to do. And I'm saying all this stuff and giving all this advice, and it has helped me to get through projects. Like animations, for example. I look at an animation that I thought of, and I sketch it out, and I know how long it is, and I know how it's matched up to the beats of the song and all that. I see the sketch, and I'm like, ooh, wow, I have to do line art for all of that stuff now. Wow, that's gonna be time consuming. But what's really nice to do with that is I just divide it up into sections of canvas. So I just have to work on that one sketch, and the next one, and then the next one, and it's like sequential. It's not, oh, the whole animation, it's just this one sketch, and I just need to work on it for today, and then I can be done. And I don't know, I think that's helped me quite a lot to not worry about the whole project as much. And then as you do that, it all comes together in the end, which is so nice. Then that way, you just got the project done by low stress and section by section, instead of getting the project done by looking at it from the massive perspective and focusing on it in such a way where you're looking at the whole thing instead of just small bits, which is a lot more overwhelming. So, I don't know. I guess this format works for me when it comes to procrastination. And I do think that another thing that kind of aids in feeding the procrastination demons is working on something really, really meticulously. If you're overly perfectionistic about a project and focusing on every single teeny tiny little detail, it's gonna drive you insane. Unless you love detail-oriented things and you find genuine joy in doing that sort of work, it's gonna drive you crazy. And I'm saying this from experience as a perfectionist and making sure that every single little bit of it is as perfect as it can be, that it's not a sustainable way to work on a big thing that's going to take some time. Because the longer you take on the project, the more it's going to last. The longer it's going to last, and the more you're going to be like, I just want this to be done. So instead of hyper-focusing on small parts, just kind of go through a section, look at it from that bigger perspective, and just work through it as simply and as quickly and efficiently as you can. And whether that's just lowering your perfectionism to like 5%, and just not getting down on yourself for something not being exactly how you wanted it to be. Because not every project is going to be 100% perfect with you. I mean, other people are not going to look at your project and scrutinize every single little bit like you are, because you're the one creating it. Other people are probably going to look at it and be like, wow, this is amazing, when you see all the flaws. Do yourself a humongous favor and just take a breath and just work on it, and don't overly scrutinize the details. It's actually easy to do that. It's actually easy to just work through it and not worry about all of that stuff. Like, once you learn how you can just bypass all of the little meticulous things, it starts becoming second nature, where you just like work through it. And maybe I'll make a video about sketching, actually. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I've kind of developed a way of liking sketching more now, because I've simplified it quite a bit. I used to overly sketch things, and I used to overly make my sketches perfect, because But that's not how it works. Sketches are meant to be rough. They're meant to be the base for your drawing. And it could just be little shapes, And so I used to have a bad relationship with sketching, but then I figured out how to simplify it and make it less tedious. And that's literally what you can do with a project too. Find your own ways of simplifying your project as much as possible. And it'll still look amazing in the end. Don't worry, little perfectionists. It'll still look good. So be calm. It's gonna be okay. So I hope that maybe that motivated you, or just generally inspired you to just slow down and not worry too much about your project if you're working on one. Because thinking about it in a big, gigantic way is just gonna make you want to not do it. So work on it section by section. Work on it at least 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day is fine. At least you're 15 minutes further into your project. And you'll get closer to your goal, and it'll be okay. And your project will look amazing. This is like partly advice video, partly motivational video. And I'm also doing this for myself so that I can get my projects done too. But yeah, so there's that video for today. Low energy, low effort, me just rambling on about random stuff. And you guys get to watch a little speed paint by me. And okay, now we're at the end of the video. I really wanted to thank you guys for 25K on here. How is that even, what? I was making my video about Procreate tips and I had, I think 19K, and that was like 3 days ago. Oh my gosh, this is insane. So thank you guys so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. If you really like my work and you want to support me monetarily, I have a Ko-fi account that you can just go and tip $5, $10, $20, as much as you want. Any little bit helps. You can order prints on there. They're digital prints, so you just download them and print them yourself. The one with the speed draw that you're watching right now is up on Ko-fi, so if you want to go get that, it's right there. Link in my bio. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting my art. It really, really means the world to me. Like, seriously. So I hope this video helped you out and maybe got you a little bit motivated. No more procrastinating, or at least a little bit less. So have a wonderful day, you guys, and thank you so much again. Goodbye!